Hi, welcome to yoga. I'm Joanne. Thank you for practicing with me today. In today's practice, we're going to start over a roll. So I want you to grab a blanket, towel, or whatever you have handy at the house, and you're going to make a small roll. So I'm going to open my blanket out a little bit lengthwise because I don't need a big roll, and I'm pretty flexible in the upper back and shoulders. So the tighter you are, the smaller your roll will be. So you're going to make a smooth, round roll. And then see, I'm going to only roll this partially. So I'm not even going to make a full roll, just a partial roll. That's about plenty big for me, and I'm pretty flexible. So you're going to place the roll toward the top of your mat. It's going to go underneath your shoulder blade. And so if I bring my hand behind my back, feel that bone that sticks out, you want the top of the roll to align at the bottom of the blade or the chicken wing. So I'm going to roll down to the floor and check that alignment. For women, it's pretty much where the bra strap rests. So hopefully everybody can figure that out. So I've got it checking my wing, and I've got the top of the roll right at the bottom of the blade there. I'm just going to let my arms splay out from the side. And then another important thing here is when you're lying over the roll, you should be able to lie here comfortably for 5 minutes at least. So we don't want it to be too tight and too much of an opening at the beginning. It's a passive chest opener. And then you also want to make sure your neck is elongated on the floor so that your chin isn't lifted like this, because that's going to crunch the back of your neck. So make sure the neck is relaxed. And if you need to place a thin book or towel under your head to achieve that, then go ahead and do that if you feel the chin is lifted and you're compressing the back of your neck. So mine feels pretty straight here, feel good. And should feel comfortable here. So if it's pretty intense right away, you'll make the roll a little bit smaller. And then for my legs, I'm going to bend my knees and place my feet on the floor about a hip width apart. See how that feels. That might be comfortable. And if you want, you can take your feet a little bit wider and allow the knees to come to the midline. Or you can also stretch the legs all the way out if that feels comfortable for your lower back. So all those options, whatever you like. And then once you get comfortable wherever you are, you're just going to let the eyes gently close. You're going to allow the fingers to curl toward the palm as they relax. And you're going to begin to deepen the breath nice and slowly and comfortably. So that's my bird clap, sorry. So lying back over the roll, again, should be comfortable, a little passive chest and heart opener, shoulder opener. Notice the palms are up to keep the shoulders open, the chest and collarbone broad. So the eyes are gently closed. You can relax your lips so the jaw is relaxed, or part your lips so the jaw is relaxed. And you might take this time at the beginning of the practice to set an intention or a dedication for your practice. And repeat that 3 times to yourself. So it's anchored into your subconscious mind for the rest of your practice. And then you'll begin to bring some awareness and attention to your breath. And in this position, we really want to embrace the 3-part breath. So the breath begins in the belly, the lower abdomen. So if you're new to the practice, you can place a hand on your belly, your right hand on your belly, left hand toward the ribs, and you can follow along. As you inhale, the belly puffs out. The ribs move to the sides. And the top of the inhale will come over the roll into the chest. Big wave. And as you exhale, the wave reverses back down over the roll. You're going to squeeze the navel toward the spine, getting all the stale air out of the lungs, which should also automatically reinflate your belly on the inhale. Inhale and exhale. Nice full yogic breaths. And we're going to take 10 breaths over the roll. So just relaxing into your breathing and your stretch. And as you breathe over the roll, notice if there's any hitching or tension anywhere along the way, and see if you can soften any rough edges to the breath as you breathe over the roll. Take a few more breaths. Let's do one more breath together. And then very gently bend your knees if they're not already bent. Place your feet on the floor. You're going to roll to the right side and just move the roll off to the side. And then you're going to come to your back again, having the roll aside. Come to your back. Let's keep the feet on the floor, hip width apart, feet parallel. Just span the arms open, draw the shoulders under the chest a little bit. And just take a breath here and see how that feels. Maybe rock your head side to side. I feel so much more space in the back of my body, which should allow freer movement into the lungs as well. So let's take a deep breath in here. You might sigh it out through the mouth. And just notice how that feels. And then let's Again, walk your feet in a little closer to your hips. Knees hip width apart. You might have a block between your knees. My hands are gonna now face the floor, palms down. I'm gonna walk my fingers toward my heels. And again, my neck is neutral, so make sure that's happening and use a prop if you need one. From here, I'm gonna imagine pulling my knees to the front of my mat. So I'm gonna try to keep my hips and glutes soft. As I do this, we're just gonna open the lower back a little bit the other direction. So we're gonna inhale, peel up. Imagine again the knees coming forward so my hips stay relaxed. Exhale, lower down. See if you can lower one vertebra at a time. Nice and easy. Inhale, lift. Expand the belly. Exhale, lower. Slowly down. Good. Let's inhale again one more time. Peel it up. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down. Now let's take our arms up to a T on the floor. Palms down, shoulders relaxed. Walk your feet out a little bit further. And then we're just gonna windshield wiper our legs gently side to side. 3 times. Great, bringing the knees back up. Draw the knees into the chest. Give them a gentle squeeze, keeping my hips down. And we're just gonna make some circles on the back. So you might hold the knees and circle, kind of massaging the lower back here. Gravity, bring the knees to the chest. Good, let's reverse a few times. Keep the breath nice and deep. I'm hoping you have a lot more freedom in the breath since we open the chest a bit. And then from here, I'm going to take my hands behind my thighs and I'm going to relax my legs. Now this is optional. If this bothers you in any way, please don't do it. So we're going to kind of round the back and rock on the spine. So depending on how hard your floor is, you might place a towel or blanket under you for some more cushioning. But again, the key to this is to roll smoothly. So if that's difficult, then you can go ahead and skip this. But if you want to try it, we're just going to rock forward and back, gentle with the neck. You can play a little bit with sitting up on your sitting bones and balancing. That's going to cause you to have to engage in your core. Exhale up. And don't turn your head when you're doing this. You want to keep the spine in alignment. And if you have any neck injuries or concerns, then please don't do this. Okay, one more roll. Walk and forward. And then I'm just going to roll up to a seat. So I'll come to the middle of my mat and face you. I'm going to bring my blanket back over to use it as a little cushion to lift and elevate my hips, which I encourage you to do. So we're going to sit up to give ourselves a little space in the hips and spine. Making any adjustments you need. Fix the hair a little bit. Okay. So sitting up nice and tall. And let's shrug the shoulders up, squeeze them down the back. Inhale up, squeeze, a little tension, and all the way back. One more time, squeeze up and back. Good, we're gonna settle the shoulders down. We're gonna retract the chin so the head is right above the spine. My ear is aligned over my shoulder. Just a gentle retraction to sort of lift through the back of the neck and the head up and back. So we're nice and aligned. Lifting a little bit through the core, hands rest down on the knees. We'll take a deep breath in. As you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Getting a little stretch for the back of the neck and just begin to rock gently side to side. Ear over shoulder. See if you can make this a nice smooth arc, smooth breath. Using the breath to guide your movements. Go side to side one more time. Good, then take your head upright. We're gonna rotate the head now. So I'm gonna retract my chin, sit up tall, and I'm just gonna look over one shoulder. So rotating from side to side. And notice if you have limited range of motion on one side or the other, it's good to be aware of that. And again, if anything is painful, then don't do it. Never wanna work in pain. Always listening to our bodies. And not going past our edge. So knowing the difference between pain and challenge, never work in pain. Then your body will hold it and resist, and it won't be able to relax into a stretch the way you should. So let's do one more side to side. When you're in pain, your body will tense up and grip, so we don't want that at all. Okay, so from here, we're gonna sweep the arms up. You can bring the hands behind you without arching in the back. Keep the spine nice and tall, core nice and active. Just reach back to open the chest. Inhale, lift. Hands touch. We're gonna exhale, lower the hands halfway to the floor. Soften your shoulders, pull the fingers out as far as you can away from you. We're gonna flex the fingers toward the face and draw them down to the floor. So breathing, inhaling, and exhaling. These forearms stretch, shoulders are relaxed. Good, one more time, up and down. Trying to keep my arms even, and my image is reversed, so it's kind of a fun head game. Okay, and then bring the fingers out. Let's wiggle the fingers. Shoulders relaxed, crown of the head nice and tall. Great, and then pull the fingers back towards you again. We're gonna rotate forward, fingers come toward the screen and rotate back. So now I'm just rotating in the shoulder joint, isolating, trying to get rid of any sort of tension or congestion that I might have in the shoulders from typing or sitting or texting too much. Let's do one more of those. Inhale, open. So really, we're just rotating the arm in the joint. That's all we're moving. Good, and then come back. And then you're gonna lean forward. So pull the fingers out, lean forward from your hips like you're looking over a cliff. And then you're gonna swing one arm under the other. So wrapping your arms, create a little bind, come back upright with your posture, shoulders over hips. Hands can be back to back or palm to palm, or you can even hold your shoulders if that's too much for the wrists. And then eagle arms here. So the neck is loose. My shoulders are still grounded. My hands are in a comfortable position. And then I'm gonna inhale, bring the elbows up a little higher, and exhale, bring them down. So I'm getting a nice massage in the back of my shoulder now. Inhaling up, exhaling down. I'm not creating any tension in my neck. So I'm still nice and aligned. One more breath up and down. Such a great release for this levator scapula muscle that runs from the shoulder into the neck area. So much tension off in there. You have to remember now which elbow is on the bottom. So let's come back, release the arms, unwind. Let's relax the arms down and shrug our shoulders in between. Good, inhale, reach back, lift up, deep breath in. Touch the hands, exhale, halfway down. Soften the shoulders, pull apart, lean over that cliff, shifting forward, and then switch. I have to check myself, switch the cross of the arms and come back to center. So this should feel different. Make sure you're on the other side. And then gently inhale, lift. At the elbows, exhale, lower. So notice that as I do this, I'm still in a nice tall posture, shoulders still relaxed. Inhale and exhale, and you can do this wherever you are with the hands. Should feel like a really great release from the shoulder here. Deep breath. Let's take one more breath. Exhale, lower. And gently unwind at the arms. And then shrug the shoulders one more time, up and back. Great. You might sit here, sit up tall. Take a deep breath in and out and just see how you feel right now. Should feel pretty open through this whole area from that little bit we've done so far. So let's come into a tabletop posture. On the hands and knees, I'm going to use my blanket for a cushion. And I should have said at the beginning of practice, you want to have a strap handy as well for today. So we're going to do some leg stretches at the end with a strap. If you've got one, you can use a bathrobe tie, neck tie, anything you've got handy that allows you to bring the strap across your foot with the leg extended. So we're going to press here now and onto the hands and feet, press the mat away from us. And the really important here in terms of alignment, we want the inside of the elbow forward and slightly soft. So we're not locking the joint or hyperextending, a gentle softness there. Might not even be visible. Tops of the feet down, hip, knees under hip points. We're extending our spine. So let's drop the belly, sag it just to see what that feels like. You can't probably see because I have this funny shirt on. But so I'm just going to show you kind of, here we are in a good position, and like if we're sagging and hanging out, we're kind of dropping our belly and not engaging. So we want to make sure we're drawing the navel a bit toward the spine so we're supported. And our low back isn't crunched, right? So here we are. And then my neck is long. And then I'm going to find length. As I inhale, I'm going to drop my belly and I'm going to send my tail and crown far and away. So now I'm letting the belly drop, but I'm lengthening. I'm not just sagging, right? Lengthening and opening. And then I'm going to exhale and round the spine up. Drop the head and tailbone. Pull the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, open. Creating length and space in the body. Exhale, round. Good. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. Let's do one more. And exhale, release. Good. Come back to your tabletop position. Nice and engaged here. And then we're gonna do a little bit for the core now. So we're gonna again keep the core engaged. I'm gonna try to tuck my shirt in so you can see a little bit better. With my baggy outfit. Okay. So from here, I'm going to tuck my right toes out and stretch through my calf a little bit. I'm going to come back so I'm nice and aligned. I'm going to take my left arm out to shake a hand, and I'm going to lift my extended back leg up. So I'm lifting through my core, engage, look nice and down, look down in front of you so you're not looking up at the screen if you can. Neck is an extension of your spine. Breathe in. Exhale, we're going to pull elbow and knee together, round the spine. Inhale. Grow long in your spine and reach everything away. Notice my toes are pointing down and I'm not opening my hip out, but I'm here. So I'm really engaging my core to facilitate that. Exhale, squeeze and round. Inhale, lengthen. And if it's too much for you today, that's fine. You can skip it. Squeeze or do the best you can. You could even do this with one arm. Squeeze and round. You might try it with one leg. Squeeze and round. So lots of options for wherever you are. One more time, squeeze together. A little more challenging with the hand and knee. And then let's lower. Back to your home base. Catch your breath. Take the other toes out. Stretch through the calf. Align. Engage. Reach the opposite arm out. Keep the shoulder plugged in so it's not pulled out. It's plugged in and lengthened. Back leg lifts straight up. So I'm engaging my core. This is a little for the glute. Let's squeeze together. Round as you exhale. Inhale as you reach. Good. Exhale, squeeze. And inhale, reach. So you shouldn't feel any tension in the low back as you do this. Round and reach. And round and reach. Good, release down. Coming to all fours. And then we're gonna walk our knees behind our hips to touch. We're gonna tuck the toes under. And let's just push back for a brief moment to stretch the bottoms of the feet. You might shift a little side to side. Breathing into the bottoms of your feet. Relaxing those shoulders. Good. Come back up, keeping the toes tucked under. And we're gonna peel our hips up into the air for downward dog. So make sure the inside of the elbow again is forward, fingers gripping the mat, hips lift, go up and back. Relax your heels, pedal your feet. Walk out your dog. Great. From here, we're gonna float into a plank pose. So my feet are hip distance apart. And then I just float my shoulders above my wrists. I lower my hips in line with my shoulders. Exhale, we'll drop our knees. You're gonna bend at the elbow and plant the chest between your hands. Then we'll slide our legs out, tops of the feet to the floor. Draw the shoulders back, low cobra. Breathe here. So we're pulling our chest through, shoulders planted on the back. You might not come up this high, that's fine. I'm using my back muscles here for strength. Good, release the hands and the chest and chin. Tuck your toes under. Option 1 to come through tabletop, or you can go straight back to your downward dog. So we'll meet in downward dog. Good, and then from here, you're gonna bend your knees, and then we're gonna just walk ourselves up to the front of the mat. So take a stroll, come all the way up, measure about 2 fists between the feet, bend the knees until your fingers touch the floor. And then you'll pull the forehead to the shins, shake your head a little. Take a deep breath in and out. Let your arms and upper body relax. Grounding your feet and slowly tuck your tailbone as you roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. To the top of your mat. Coming into your mountain pose, nice and tall. We're gonna fan the hands forward. My pelvis is neutral, I'm engaged here, and my quads as well. Heavy suitcases in the hands. Inhale as you pull the arms behind you to open the chest, breathe in. Maybe you touch the hands, exhale, swan dive, soften your knees as you fold and hinge at the hip, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bow, forward fold. Hands plant, we'll take a giant step back with the right leg. We're gonna drop the back knee and curl the toes. Start on the other side if you want, just make sure you're switching sides. And then we're gonna kind of sink into that leg. So see how I am here? I'm just gonna let my hips drop. Getting a deep stretch in this hip flexor here. I'm keeping my chest open. You might use blocks here if you need a little more space. That's totally fine. I'm just coming to my fingertips because I've got a little room. And then from here, sinking into that front hip. You're gonna come back, keep your foot on the floor. We usually lift it. We're gonna keep it on the floor as we draw back. And you're gonna feel a stretch in the front of the leg and the foot, as well as the back hips. So you're gonna pull back and then come forward and then sink, feeling this stretch here. Make sure you're not hurting your knee, front knee in any way, or the back knee. Come back. Keep that foot on the ground as you round. Now let's bring a little roundness to the upper back and draw your forehead to your knee. Good, walk it forward again, sink. Let's do that one more time. Sink, open the chest. Pull back, hands come back, foot stays grounded, and then just round like we do in cat. Feeling that through the whole leg, front leg now. Come forward, plant the hands. And then from here, from our home base, we're gonna scissor our legs as we lift, coming up, and then reach the arms up. Off shoulders. Take a breath. Deep breath here. Tuck your tailbone just a little bit so you're feeling a deeper stretch. Float the hands down, paint a wall. Frame the foot, tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Send your hips high and we'll step back to downward dog. We might pedal the feet. And then we'll flow through plank. Shoulders align, hips drop. Energy is pressing through my heels. I'm nice and active here. Neck is long, breathe in. Exhale, drop the knees, the chest, the chin. Slide into your cobra, open the chest. Good, release down. Tuck your toes. Coming through tabletop or straight to downward dog. Now you're gonna bend your knees and gaze forward. Same leg that was back will come forward. So my right leg is coming through if you're on the same side as me. Dropping my back knee, uncurl the toes. Good, and again, we're gonna sink into that back leg. Notice my knee isn't really moving much past my heel in the front. So make sure you've got that good alignment. Walk it back, keep the foot grounded, and round up. Nose to knee. It's grounding the whole back body. Come forward, exhale. Sink into that back leg, open the chest. Walk it back, round, foot stays grounded, lift through the back body. Good, come forward and sink that back leg. Open the chest. One more time, round, lift. Foot stays grounded. And come forward and sink. Open the chest. Good, bring it back to a neutral pelvis. And then scissor toward the midline, sweep the arms up. Tuck your tailbone a little bit, lift the chest. Grounding through the shoulders, deep breath here. Float the hands forward, paint a wall, frame the foot. You're gonna tuck your back toes under, lift the knee, and we're just gonna rock it forward, step it up, forward bend. Fold over your legs. See where you are. Release the arms, round yourself up. Back to your mountain pose, open the chest. Great, reach the arms back, inhale, lift. And exhale, fold, forward bend. Inhale into a flat back position, lengthening your spine. Exhale, empty the lungs and fold. Great. Taking a giant step back with your right leg. And this time we're gonna lower the hips. We're gonna keep the back knee lifted. And then this will be a little bit of a challenge. What I want you to do is soften your back knee. And then think about balance. So I'm firmly rooted in my front foot. My knee is above the heel. I'm softening that back leg so I can lift up through this front quad. A little balance here. Tuck your tailbone. Maybe you bring the arms up, maybe not. Shoulders are soft, chest open. Notice my shoulders are above my hips. And then if you have room from here, you're gonna try to straighten the back leg without arching the back. So you're really working this hip flexor again. Great for if you sit too much. So see if you have any room to straighten without changing the upper body. You should really feel that here. Touching a breath. Again, never work in pain. Breathe in. You're going to use your strength and balance as I fall over. Use your strength and balance. Pivot the back foot down. Open the arms out. Moving into a warrior two stance. Check heel to arch alignment. Sinking into that front quad. This front hip is opening with the knee. And I'm nice and tall. Shoulders still above my hips. I'm gazing toward my front hand. And arms should be nice and even, pulling through the fingertips, soften the shoulders. We're gonna take and bend that front forearm to the thigh. You're gonna open the back palm to face the ceiling here and trace a line all the way across the ceiling in a big bubble and pull it up and over your ear for side angle pose. Notice my chest is still open, palm faces the floor. I'm creating a line of energy from the top fingers all the way down to the outer edge of my back foot. So you don't want to be here, but you want to be here. Catch your breath. Back foot is firmly rooted. I'm also not leaning here, so I'm pressing in there so my neck is nice and long. Now we want to turn that palm up again to face the ceiling, and I want you to lift, imagine painting the ceiling, lift up and open. Gaze to the front hand, exhale, cartwheel your hands down, frame the foot. We'll turn the back heel up. Take both hips high, step back to downward dog. Pedal your feet. If you need a break anytime, take one. I know that was a lot. Let's do a flow here. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Slide into your cobra. Open the chest, glue the feet. We're gonna slide the elbows out. Keep the hands parallel and open for Sphinx Pose. You might need to take your elbows a little wider. You might not be able to come up so high. No pinching in the low back. So I'm gonna press into my elbows and my forearms to lift up. Draw my chin back a little bit so my neck is long. I'm not crunching my neck in any way. And I'm breathing into my belly. My feet are down, my tailbone's tucked. So I don't feel any compression in my low back here. I'm kind of drawing forward again, elongating through the belly and the ribs. Great, slowly slide the hands down next to your shoulders to lower the chin and chest. Tuck your toes and make your way to downward dog, however you like. Maybe pedal the feet out, catch a breath. Bend your knees and gaze forward. Same leg that went back will come forward. So I'm bringing my right leg through. And if the foot doesn't come through, you can pull it forward. That's totally fine. Check your alignment first. We want this to be nice and sturdy as we soften the back knee. Power up through this leg as you lift, a little challenge for balance and strength. Once there, shoulders above hips, tailbone neutral, pelvis neutral, add the arms. Soften your shoulders. Back to your breath. Maybe the heel stretches further back without losing the pelvic stability. And maybe not. You might feel it well enough where you were. That's fine. Take one more breath here. Again, you're going to use balance and strength. Inhale. Exhale, pivot the back foot down, opening out. Warrior two stance. I'm going to turn around so my back doesn't face you. Check that alignment. Gaze to the front palm. Feet are both rooted. Hip is allowed to open. Let's breathe in together. Exhale, forearm comes to the front thigh. And again, I'm not going to lean here, but I'm pressing in to keep this open. Reach that top arm up. Lift across, scrape the ceiling. Up and over. Check your hips. Make sure you're not like this. Here we are. Open the chest. Breathe. Taking one more breath here. Flip that top arm, palm faces up, use the torso. Reach up to the ceiling, lift. Back to warrior two. One more breath. Inhale deeply, exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, turn the back heel up, rock it forward, meeting in forward bend, fold here. Might shake the head a little bit. Let's roll it up, inhale. Open your chest. Back to our mountain pose. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Hands touch, exhale, pull the arms behind you, open the chest. Great, shrug your shoulders, open the chest. Inhale, once again, breathe in. Deep breath in and exhale, swan dive, soften the knees, forward bend. Inhale to flat back. And exhale, fold. Hands will plant. We're going to step both feet back. You can start in plank if you like. Send your hips up, downward dog. From here, try to keep your shoulders nice and even. As you're ready, you might lift one leg up in the sky, three-legged dog. Keep your tailbone tucked, bend the top knee. Tuck your tailbone so you're not pinching again in the low back. Tailbone tucks. You're going to squeeze that bent knee all the way up between your hands. Hover the leg, using your strength to pull the leg between the hands. My shin comes off to the side for pigeon pose. I'm going to send my back leg straight behind me. And then I'm going to come onto my fingertips to give myself some space to open the chest, pull the shoulder blades back. Make sure your back leg is straight. Make sure you have no discomfort in the front knee. And if you do, you'll take figure four on the back. Deep breath in here. If you're still with me, if you need the alternate, give me a second. And then slowly exhale your way down to wherever you'd like to be. You can stack fists, rest on the forehead, stack hands. You can come all the way down. If you need figure four, you're going to roll onto your back. Sitting that leg on top. Hand reaches through the hole, connect behind the bottom leg. Same stretch. Better for the knee if you have any knee issues whatsoever. So here we are, pigeon or figure four. I want you to relax your shoulders. You might rotate your forehead on whatever your forehead is resting on. And you might open the mouth wide and relax it. Deep breath into your hips. Nice and slowly, you're going to walk your hands back to frame the front knee. We're going to come on to fingertips again. Draw the shoulder blades behind you. Open your chest. Take a deep breath into your lungs here. You might feel a little tug in that back hip flexor again. And then if you want to accentuate that, you're going to tuck your back toes under, lift the knee, draw the chest open, take another breath. Deeper stretch there, that psoas muscle. Relax the knee. And then slowly unwind to your downward dog. You might need to adjust your stance. And then maybe pedal the feet. Excellent. Let's just switch sides right away. So we're going to take the other leg into the sky for three-legged dog. Again, tuck your tailbone, bend that top knee, tuck. Shoulders stay even. Inhale, squeeze. Create a little muscular involvement here. Planting the knee between the hands. Back leg straight. We'll come on to fingertips first. Open the chest and take a deep breath. Slowly make your way down wherever you'd like to be on this side. Again, soften your shoulders, maybe open the jaw, open the mouth wide. Exhale, relax. Soften everything. Keep breathing into that hip. Back a little bit. Do one more breath. Slowly on your inhale, walk your hands back. Framing the knee, I'm going to come on to fingertips again and draw the shoulders back, open my chest. Deep breath here. And then you might tuck the toes, lift the knee and take another deep breath here. Relax. Tuck the toes and then slowly make your way back, downward dog. Pedal your feet out. And then from here, we're going to float into plank position. Drop the knees, the chest, the chin. Slide into your cobra. And again, we're going to slide the elbows for one more Sphinx under the shoulders. Hands parallel, maybe a little wider than shoulders. If you're real tight, feet are glued, tailbones tucked. We're going to lift up and look out. So my neck is long, breathe here. I don't feel any discomfort in the neck or the back. And if you do, try to adjust so that you don't feel any pinching anywhere. And if that doesn't work, you can take Cobra instead. Great, let's slide the hands under the shoulders, chin down. And then we're just gonna push back, hips over heels, child's pose. Breathe into your back body here, soften the shoulders, brow, face. Good. Walk your hands back next to your hips. We're going to come down to the mat. So I'm going to grab my strap. Have your strap handy. Good. And then you can move your blanket or use it under your head. Have one set aside for later. You're going to come onto the back. So you're going to roll out. Just have your strap nearby. I'll send my legs out. Just a little core challenge to come down to the floor, lifting the flesh. Hands on thighs. I'm going to roll out. Keep my heels glued to the floor as I slowly come down to the back. Great. Strap is nearby. Before we do anything, let's just take a moment, kind of rock around on the backs so everything is neutral. Shake out. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Letting go of tension. So now take your strap across the ball of one leg, 1 foot. My strap is a little short. So I'm going to draw my foot into the sky. And I've got the strap on the ball of the foot so I can draw the toes toward the face and the heel toward the sky. So wherever you're comfortable, doesn't matter. Notice my shoulders are on the floor and my head is relaxed. My head isn't lifted like this and I'm not straining. If it is, again, take a prop under your head. So you should be almost completely relaxed in the upper body. That's why we're using the strap. My other leg is going to bend and place the foot on the floor. I'm going to draw this leg up And I'm going to hold the strap in one hand on the same side as my leg. Take a breath here. Now I'm going to take this bent knee into my chest and hold it with my other hand. So I've got both hands involved with both legs. From here, breathe in. We're going to turn this top foot out on a 45-degree angle, just a little bit. And then we're going to open both legs out until we feel a stretch in this extended leg's inner thigh. Once you feel the stretch, pause. You can bring your arm to the floor for support if you need. And this is just a counterbalance so that we're not rolling onto the hip. So we're using this leg to keep our sacrum and back grounded and protected. We don't want to overstretch the SI joint. So here we are, getting a stretch through this inner thigh, keeping the SI joint stable. Couple breaths here. Each breath softening and letting go of any tension. Should be comfortable using our strap so it's nice and easy, not struggling. And then we're going to take both legs back to center nice and slowly. Lower the bent knee to the floor. Walk your foot to the edge of your mat. Take the strap in your other hand now, and then we're going to let the leg move away from 90 degrees here. So it's a little open in the front hip. We're going to turn this foot inward now, the other direction. So aiming it that way, a little rotation. And then you're going to pull the leg across as the other knee comes in to meet it. Again, a little support. My back is nice and grounded. Only coming until you feel this hip light up. Stretching this whole outer leg. The foot can be a little bit flexed, and then you might draw the toes or sickle the ankle gently toward the floor if you want to accentuate that stretch in the lower leg. That's up to you. Again, my hips are grounded. So I'm not lifting here. I'm staying nice and rooted in the back body. Take another breath or two here. Nice and slowly draw the leg back up. You can bring the other foot in. And then you're going to release the strap. Keep the foot in the air. Flex the toes strongly to the face. See if you can pull the knee and leg in a little closer. Breathe in. Exhale. Trace a line with your heel. Extend, extend, extend slowly down. Engaging your core. Protecting your back. Good. And then let go of that leg. Let's stretch both legs out now. And see how that feels. So hopefully this other leg we just worked feels a little closer to the floor, maybe a little longer. We'll even it up on the other side. So strap across the other foot, follow the leg, bend the other knee now, draw this leg into the sky, holding the strap in the one hand. Let's take a breath or two here. Toes come down, heel presses up, everything's relaxed. Hips are even. Take this knee into your chest, give it a little squeeze. Turn this top foot out 45 degrees. Breathe in. You can take the leg a little out if you like, and then slowly open both legs out to keep your sacrum down. Feeling that inner thigh stretch. Going as far as is comfortable where you're feeling a stretch and you can still breathe nice and easy. Should be relaxed and comfortable. Good. Slowly, we're going to take both legs back up. This foot comes to the floor and to the outer edge of your mat. We're going to switch the strap and let the leg move away from our body a little bit. And then turn the leg, rotate internally in that hip joint. As you're ready, breathe in, exhale, both legs come toward the midline, my hip stays grounded, and then I feel that, nice and lit up. But I'm still able to breathe and be comfortable. Again, top foot might come down to bring it all the way to the lower leg as well. Up to you, this leg is moving in for support, so my back stays grounded. Couple breaths here. Almost out of time. Good. Let's do one more breath here. Nice and slowly, take that leg back up, walk that foot in. Good, release, draw the toes toward the face, release the hands. Bring the leg in a little bit, breathe in. Exhale, trace a line with the heel, pull, pull, pull out. Slowly lower down. Good, and release, set your strap aside. Stretch both legs out. Rock around a little bit. See how that feels. And then coming into your final resting position. So if you like, you can use your blanket under your knees for a roll. Maybe the head blanket comes under the head. So whatever you need to do to relax, you're going to let the palms face up, tuck the shoulders under the chest to open the heart. Maybe rock the head gently side to side. Good. If you have any tension in the lower back at all, you can bend the knees, place the feet on the floor as you let the knees come into center, feet about a mat width apart. Whatever leg position feels best for your back. And then slowly settling into the back body as you relax the entire body completely. So we'll just be here for a moment. I want you to relax and let go. And if you have more time to spend here, please do that. If you just have the hour, I will alert you with the bell in a moment. But let's see first if you can relax on the back. So don't mind me sitting up, you stay where you are. And relax completely. And slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. And gently rock your head a little side to side. And slowly, as you're ready, you'll bend your knees to place your feet on the floor if they're not already there. And roll to the right side of your body to a fetal posture for a moment. And just take a moment to notice any changes between now and the beginning of your practice. You might recall if you set an intention or dedication for your practice. And as you're ready, slowly use your left hand to push yourself back to a comfortable seat. We're going to meet in easy pose. Sitting up nice and tall, sitting on your prop if you need it. And then we'll inhale, slowly sweep the arms up, deep breath in. And gather some good energy, seal your hands at the top and lower them gently to your heart. And bow to yourself with gratitude for practicing with me today. We'll bow to each other. Namaste.